So, I've been contemplating about making this video for well over a week now, and I figured why not just do it? Because it's 2 in the morning and there's not much else to fucking do. So, yeah, without further ado, um, I'm going to be reading a from a an album by famous death metal band named Nile that was founded, I think, in maybe 1992, 1994, around there. Um, but yeah, the pretty much the main guitarist, songwriter of the band for well over 20 years now, Carl Sanders. He wrote a song called "The Imperishable." The imperishable stars are sickened. And for those that don't know, um, Nile is pretty much just just extreme music, death metal type of music, and their themes. I mean, obviously by the name, uh, naming themselves Nile after um, their subject matter and the things they write about in their songs are always about just Egyptian history, pyramids, Egyptian gods, and things of that nature. And for a band that's going to be writing about death metal, shit, you couldn't have picked a better subject or a better topic to base your subject matter and your lyrics on. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and read um, in their because about their CD came out last year called Nilotic Rites. I believe this is maybe their, hell, I don't know, their ninth album or eighth album. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I mean, they've been making music since the 90s. And Nile is a fucking classic. They're a fucking machine. They don't stop. And in the lyric sheets, maybe not on every single album, but for the most part, on most of their albums, they'll give you like a little. Usually, it's Carl Sanders who writes like a little piece and lets you know how the song came about and how the song kind of came together and the subject matter of it all. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and just read from this little lyric sheet, and it's about the song entitled The imperishable stars are sickened. All right. The genesis of this song came from a line in That Which is Forbidden, referring to the imperishable stars. The set of stars that seem to orbit the North Star through the course of the night and thus never dipped below the horizon were called the imperishable ones, or in Egyptian terminology, the indestructibles, literally translated the ones not knowing destruction, was the name given by ancient Egyptian astronomers to two bright stars which at the time could always be seen circling the North Pole, the circumpolar the circumpolar stars. For the ancients, circumpolar stars were a very good metaphor for the afterlife because when viewed, they never seem to set. They simply rotate around the pole star. They are the undying stars, the indestructibles, a perfect destination for the soul of the dead king. The astronomers of ancient Egypt spent quite a lot of time observing, studying, and gathering knowledge of the night sky and the stars above. If, as has been suggested by many, they were in possession of advanced technology now lost to modern science, then it stands to reason that they may have well also witnessed the phenomena of the movement of galaxies over time. We understand in modern times that the observation of the distant galaxies, all apparently moving away from us, is actually the universe expanding as a consequence of the Big Bang. But what did the ancients make of this phenomena? How did this observation impact their view of an immutable, unchanging, divinely regulated order of the heavens? Was it a theological conflict, an introduction of chaotic forces? If they had awareness of expanding celestial movement because of their own advanced technologies, it follows in the context of what we know about what they believed of the cosmological order, that they may have seen this expanding universe as the stars moving away from the earth in particular. And if so, why would the stars be moving away be from our earthly sphere? It seems clear the stars, as the embodiment of the celestial gods, are weary of humanity. Can we really blame them? If indeed the imperishable, eternal stars have borne witness to every single moment of human history, then that then that is surely a monumental cumulative. I can't fucking say it. Surely is a monumental cumulative accounting of every single sin of mankind, every despicable act of inhumanity committed by man, every heartbreaking failure of man to live up to the hopes and dreams of the creators since time began. I have no doubt the eternal stars would be sickened, disgusted at their failed creations, and would want to turn their backs and put as much cosmic distance between us and them as is possible. And here are the lyrics to the song, and then I'll just shut the fuck up and fuck off. Um, so here are the lyrics to the song. For eons has the hubris of man risen up as a foul stench, offensive in the nostrils of the gods, before the awful thrones of all eternity. A ghastly multitude of haggard specters, countless victims of the vast crimes of humanity, have gathered around the gates of the underworld, entreating for retribution. The filth and corruption of the sins of all mankind, enshrouding our skies with an impervious veil, the impeccable stars deny their luminescence unto the wicked. The immaculate stars are revolted from the vile rites our homage pays. We have become the shame of our creators, disavowed, disowned, renounced. The gods have turned away in disgust. We who have dared to ape the grandeur of the great company of gods, striving vainly at rivalship with they who hold the universe in chains. Sekhmet, whose fierce eye is the burning sun, from whose mouth burst forth cataracts of fire, laments not for our fate. When finally the aged Ra repents of his failed creations, exhausting his core, violently igniting in agonizing death throes, consuming our barren and scorched earth in a blinding flash of incandescence. We who dared to covet the immortality of the gods, envious of their dominion over the cosmos, though it availeth us not, the imperishable stars are sickened, they shun and despise the perverse abomination that is humankind. So yeah. Sorry I couldn't read those lyrics in a death metal Cookie Monster voice. Um, if I could, I would, but I can't, so I won't. Fucking embarrass myself. And so yeah, uh, wish I could have read that in a far more elegant manner, but it's 2:30 in the morning, and I'm starting to see double like halfway through reading those small little fucking words. But yeah, I just find Egyptian history and what the pyramids were really used for, and just there's tons and tons of theories and all kinds of crazy shit that humanity will probably um, will fucking kill each other and drop bombs on each other before we ever really know the true extent and truth of what and why those pyramids were used for back in thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. The world will never know. And I'm more than sure we'll nuke each other off this fucking planet before we ever really do. But I just always find Egyptian history and I don't know, just always find that shit really interesting, and I could just read about that shit for hours because I have no life. But thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.